getting ready to make a white pepper jack queso dip. It's a little spicy. If you want to add some extra flakes, feel free to get your red pepper flakes out as well. You will only need 1 cup of sour cream, so don't be deceived by the whole tub being out here. You'll only use half of that. And the same thing with the milk. You'll only need less than 2 cups of milk as well. So don't be deceived by that. But you will need pretty much all of everything else that's out here. So let's get started. This is a crock pot recipe, so we will be utilizing the crock pot today, and here we go. So you want to start by putting your crock pot on low heat. You want to open up 2 cans of like your Rotel type canned tomatoes. Now I like to use the diced tomatoes with green chilies. You also want to go ahead and take out your blocks of cheese and cube it. If you can buy store-bought pre-packaged cubes, use those, but you will need a pound of each type of cheese. And then you also want to have your 1 cup of sour cream ready to start in the crock pot. You also want to add both packages of your cream cheese in the crock pot as well. Now I'm going to get ready and start cubing this, and then you'll start to see me start to layer these items in the crock pot so they can begin melting down. So in the crock pot, we have 2 cans of our Rotel, our 2 different types of block cheeses. We have 2 packages of cream cheese, and then we have our full cup of sour cream. So that's everything in the crock pot. You want to have it on a low heat, and we're going to let it melt for just a little bit, and we're going to continue to stir it as we go. We're going to go ahead and start to add our seasonings. We have black pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, and some cumin. We're going to add that into the crock pot. So we're mixing it around. We want to make sure that all of the cheese has started to begin to melt. All the different milk mixtures are also melting. Once they get to a pretty even consistency, then we'll add in our 1.5 cup of whole milk to make it a little bit less thicker than what it's going to turn out to be. So we will add in milk slowly up into 1.5 cups to get our desired consistency that we're looking for. So we're going to continue to let this melt, and we're going to keep stirring it so it keeps cooking. Okay, let's check in on our queso. It's looking good. It's starting to melt down quite a bit. Still a little lumpy. We're going to go ahead and let it continue to melt down. The cheese isn't quite done. I still see some lumps of cream cheese too, so we're going to continue to keep stirring it and letting it melt on down. But it smells really good so far, so we'll let it keep going right now. It's still a little too thick for... Now, once you hear it start to kind of pop, you know it's probably got as melted down as it can, and it's too thick and it probably needs a little bit more space. You want to go ahead and start to pour in slowly and stir in between your 1.5 cup of whole milk. So I'm going to go ahead and pour a little, about 1/2 cup at a time, and then you want to kind of mix it in to kind of even it out. Now you may need more milk accordingly depending on how thick or how thin you want it. So just do it in 1/2 cup increments and you should be fine. Checking in on the queso dip. Now this is what we want to see. You see how nice and smooth it is up until I open and stir it, but that's the consistency we're looking to get. Nice and smooth with just a few little chunks of tomatoes, but so it's cooking down, it's looking great. So this is what we want to continue to see. Nice and smooth cheese, and it's pretty nice, and it's not too thin, it's not too thick either. So we're getting there. We are getting there, but this looks really good. Well, our queso is all done. It's really nice and smooth, and it'll be ready for the party tonight. Beautiful, beautiful queso. Looks really yummy too.